today we'll be discussing about very important thing over here. We'll be first creating our first machine onto our Azure cloud over here, guys. Okay, so this will be your first task when you enter a company in your project or in your company. This will be your first task, guys, where you will be creating a server, a machine, okay, or consider that you are creating a laptop only, right? Let us keep it very simple. So we are going to create a machine, a laptop onto our Azure cloud. Okay, the first task, okay, of your project, right? Now, so let me just first, okay, open a paint diagram. Okay, so parallelly, I'll be writing all the steps over here in the diagram as well. Okay. Right. Okay, so my today's task will be for creating a machine on cloud. Okay, so let me just increase the font. Okay, so we are creating a Windows machine on Azure, guys. Okay, so this Windows machine is nothing but it would be similar to your laptop only, guys. So how you people are using your laptop, we'll be creating our laptop on the cloud. But okay, so that is one of the major reasons why we are using Azure actually. Okay, so once I create the machine, once I log into the machine, you will have a much more clear picture that why we are using our Azure services over here. Nothing but Azure facilities, right? Now, so for creating this machine, okay, what are the things we require over here? Okay, we'll be going through the things step by step. Okay, so those things are nothing but my machine configuration only. Okay, suppose this is your machine which you are creating over here. Okay, so for creating your machine, what are the configurations I required? Okay, so the first thing would be what machine you need. You need a Windows machine, right? Okay, we'll be selecting Windows as our operating system, right? And for running this machine, what are the other things I need? Okay, I'll give you two major things over here. One is RAM and the other is hard disk, right? So when you are having using your laptop, how will you calculate its configuration? Using its RAM and hard disk only, majorly, right? So here also, when I am creating the machine, okay, I'm defining the RAM and hard disk, right? And I'll be selecting a Windows operating system for today's class. Okay, tomorrow we'll be going for Linux and we'll be creating a Linux machines. Today I'll be going for a Windows machine where I'll be creating a Windows machine with an operating system. Okay, right now let us go through the steps. Okay, what are the steps are there for creating your Windows machine onto Azure, guys? So these will be my steps. Okay, I'll be writing all the important steps over here, mandatory steps which are required for you to run for creating a machine. Okay, so let us go through that steps, and once we are going through that steps, we'll see what are its configurations. Okay, so I will go back to my Azure dashboard. So if you once you create your free account, okay, you will go on to this page, guys, over here onto the Azure cloud. Okay, I hope your Azure accounts are activated because 12 hours it will take. Okay, so in the last session we have seen how to create your accounts. Okay, so once your accounts are activated, you will go on to this page over here on Azure cloud. Okay, so once you go on to this page, for creating any machine, for creating any server, okay, or for creating an instance, you have to go to virtual machine. Okay, what is the meaning of virtual machine? Virtual machine means machine which is not running physically in front of you. Okay, its hardware is not present physically in front of you. Okay, this machine could be running in US, UK, Australia, Singapore, any part of the world, but it is available to you virtually. Okay, you know the meaning of virtual meeting means he is physically not available with you, right? So virtual machine over here means physically this machine is not available with us, but this laptop is available with me physically. Okay, but that is a virtual machine which is physically not available with me, but it is running somewhere at the other part of the world. Okay, somewhere or the other it is running, but okay, I am connecting to it virtually, right? So over here we'll be having our virtual machines. So for creating the machines or servers on Azure, we have to go to virtual machines. Okay, so I'll click on virtual machines, and right now you can see that I don't have any virtual machine running over here. You can see, say, no virtual machines to display. Right now, I'm not running any machine over here because I have not created any machine. Right now, the dashboard is blank. No machine is running, zero machines. Okay, now how to create a machine? There is a create option over here. See, okay, so click on create and go for Azure Virtual Machine. I want to create an Azure Virtual Machine, right? So for other machines, we'll be seeing the later part. So first, I'll be creating a simple virtual machine. Okay, so once I click on Azure Virtual Machine, the steps will populate over here, guys. Okay, the basics which you see, the basic steps which you are seeing over here, these are very important for us. Okay, kind of a mandatory steps, right? And when you are creating any machine, you have to select your subscriptions over here, guys. So what is our subscription? We are under free trial only. We are not under any company's account where company is paying for us. Okay, we are under a free trial resource only. Okay, so under a free trial, I have any name you can give, guys. I have given a name as Flipkart. You can give any name, Snapdeal, okay, or HDFC, ICICI, any name you can give, or you can give your name also. Okay, right. So whatever hashtags which you are seeing with a red star over here are mandatory fields. Okay, these are mandatory fields for us, right? So once you are selecting your resource, okay, let us start with our okay, instance name, guys, or you can say virtual machine name. Okay, I'll write the steps over here. Okay, so as step number 1, okay, you have to select your VM name. Okay, whenever I say VM, it's a virtual machine. Okay, so the first step I'll be giving over here is my VM name. Okay, I can give any name to my VM. Okay, I can call my VM as Windows machine because I'm creating a Windows machine, or you can give a name as Flipkart if it is running for Flipkart project. Okay, so you can give any name. So let me give the name for this machine as Rajesh. If Rajesh is creating this machine, he'll give the name as Rajesh over here, right? Good. Now, okay, so now you can ask me, sir, is it important to give a name? Okay, I'll tell you the benefit of giving a name to your machine. Suppose there are 80 machines running on your Azure dashboard, guys. Over here, suppose there are 80 machines which are running. Okay, how will you identify your machine? With your VM name on. Okay, so it is easy to identify and it is easy to filter. You can directly go to your machine. You can directly trace out your server. Out of 80 servers, you can easily pick your server over here, right? So you can give any name to your virtual machine. I'll be giving the name as Rajesh so that it would be more easier for you guys to understand that you can give any name to your server. Okay, right, now going back, let me give a virtual machine name over here. I'll call the name as Rajesh over here. Rajesh is my virtual machine name. Okay, right, very good. So once you give the name, the next important feature for us is region over here, guys. Region. Okay, so I'll give a step number 2 as for region over here. It is very, very important, guys. Region. Okay, so you know under Azure how many regions are working over here? When I told you in the initial class that Azure has data centers almost in any every other country, right? And how we are connecting to it through cables which are there underneath the water, right? So if you see over here that how many regions are there, just see the check the list. You are having 5 regions in US country itself only. You can see US East, US West, US South, US North. So in this way they will divide. Okay, in that particular country, if they are having more data centers, East, West, North, South. Okay, consider it's in US region only. Okay, now you have US region, Asia region, Europe region, Africa region, Canada is there, Europe is there, in the Middle East is there, and the list will go on like this. Okay, so you can create your machines in any part of these regions only, guys. Okay, in any of these regions you can create your machine, and you know what is the benefit? Steps are same. Steps are same. In any region you are creating your machines, steps will not change. Standard steps, okay, which you have to follow. That is one more benefit for us. Okay, because steps are same, we can create it in any part of the world over here, right? So now, okay, so let me create this machine. Okay, so we have few regions which are available for us under our free trial versions. If you are paying in your paid versions, all the regions you are eligible before, but for free trial versions we have some of the regions which are free. US East, US West, okay, Asia is there, okay, West Europe is there, US Central is there, okay. So like this you have some free tier regions over here, guys. Okay, so you have to select from your free tier regions only. So I've selected Southeast Asia. So our data center will be near to Singapore. In between Singapore and Australia, our data center will be. Okay, right. So I've selected the region over here, which is very, very important. Okay, and the next important star mark has been given to image over here. Image. Okay, now let me come to image also. So let me write the next step over here. So region I have selected Southeast Asia or Asia South also I can. Okay, right. Now going to the next step, step number 3. And one more thing, as I told you that this is a virtual machine, right, which means physically it is not available with you. So where it is running, it is running in South Asia. Simple. Okay, in which region it is running? In South Asia. Okay, we are running this machine under South Asia, right? Very good. Now the next step for us over here is image, guys. Okay, for understanding this image, let me tell you that image over here is nothing but operating system. They call it as image in cloud terminology. Actually, in simple terminology we call it as operating system. You can select your operating system. Okay, you can select whichever operating system you want it to get created. You can select that operating system. Okay, so if you see the list of operating systems, guys, you will have a lot of list of operating systems over here. See, Windows is there, Red Hat Linux is there, Windows Server is there, Ubuntu is there, SUSE is there, Fedora, Oracle, Debian, CentOS. All are the list of operating systems which are provided to you by Azure only. Okay, and one more benefit which you will get out of this is all these operating systems are licensed and trademarked, guys. You no need to purchase separate license for them. Okay, you no need to purchase any additional licenses for this. All the licenses are already purchased by Azure. So Azure has already purchased from Red Hat, it has already purchased from CentOS, it has already purchased from Ubuntu, and it is providing it to you. Okay, so you can use this under your free tier licenses. Under a free tier account also we can use these licenses. Okay, so for today's class, what machine I'll be going to creating a Windows machine. Okay, so I'll select a Windows as my machine operating system over here, guys. Okay, Windows is my machine's operating system, right? So likewise, when we go for the next sessions, I will be selecting Linux, I'll be selecting Ubuntu, I'll be selecting some other OSs also. For today's class, I'll be selecting Windows. Okay, and this Windows operating system is eligible under my free tier account, right? Very good. Now after selecting your image, we have to select size also, guys. So the next step, we have to select size. Okay, so my image over here is Windows, which is nothing but my operating system is Windows over here. Okay, right. Now in the next step, step number 4, okay, we have to select our size over here, guys. So the size over here is nothing but it's a RAM size, guys. So let me keep it clear. Okay, it is calling it as a size. Okay, it is calling it as a size. So this size is nothing but a RAM size over here for us. Okay, so we have to select our RAM size. Okay, so what happens in Azure is RAM size is actually given under your family types, guys. So B1, C1, D1, E1, F, G, H, like that it will go. Okay, so you have to check for under free tab. This is my eligible size over here, guys. D series. So under D series, how much RAM I'm getting, guys? 8 GB. Okay, so 8 GB is more than enough for me. Okay, 8 GB is not at all a less RAM for us, right? 8 GB is it's a decent amount of RAM size that we are getting over here, right? So I'll be going with 8 GB, and if I run this machine continuously for 30 days, how much bill I will be getting? 7,415. Okay, so this 7,415, if you run it 24/7 in your account, so when you are creating the account, you will get 13,000 rupees as a credit. So that 7,000 will get deducted from that 13,000. Okay, so whatever free credits you are getting, this amount will be debited from that free credits one. Okay, so don't think that you will be need to paying for this. Under your free credits, this will get reduced. Okay, so after creating your machines, don't forget to delete your machines. If you sign out, machine will still be running in your account only, right? So it would be consuming the free credits. If you don't delete the machine before signing out, it will still be running, right? So per hour you will be getting a bill. Okay, so 7,400 for per month means it's around 750 hours. If you run anything 30 days, 30 days into 24 hours is nearly to 750 hours. Okay, so for 750 hours, this is the cost, means per hour you can easily get the value. So anyhow, don't run it ideally. After doing your practice sessions, delete your machines. Okay, that's the best practice to do, right? Now, if I see the size, okay, I have taken 8 GB as my RAM size. Okay, so let me write over here that I'm going with a RAM size of about 8 GB. 8 GB is my RAM size. Right, very good. Now going to the next step, guys. Okay, the next is very important step where I have to give the username and password. See guys, not only to this virtual machine, okay, for any machine you want to log in, for any machine, for whichever machine you want to log in, guys, you need two things. What are those two things? One is username and the other is password. Even for your laptops also, you have set your username and password. Even for this machine also, we have to set our username and password, right? So using our username and password, we will log into our machine, right? So username, you are the admin over here, guys. Okay, you have all the privileges over here. You can set anything as username and password. Okay, you have control, you have entire control over here on this segment. Okay, you can give anything as your username or anything as your password. Okay, give a bit more secure, right? So I'll give my username as Rajesh. Okay, I'll be giving Rajesh as a username, and I'll be giving a password over here. And whenever you are giving the password, you can set any password. It has to be minimum 12 characters. Okay, it has to be at least 12 characters, and you know that it has to be capital, small, okay, and special characters like this. It should consist of capital, small, special characters and numbers. Okay, and then you can use whatever password you want, guys. Okay, it has to be minimum 12 with capital, small, number and a special character. Okay, username will be Rajesh for me over here, right? So what I'll do is I'll go back to my Azure dashboard. So let me give my username over here. I'll call the username as Rajesh. Okay, and password, as it shows you that it has to be between 12 maximum. You can give up to 123 characters also. Very lengthy password. 100 characters, more than 100 characters also you can set. Right. So usually we don't set that much, right? So now, okay, let me give my password over here. I'll give one capital, small, okay, and I'll give numbers also. Okay, so my 12-digit password with capital, smalls and special characters. Okay, so let me set my password again. Okay, so capital, small and numbers over here. So I have assigned the username and password, guys. My username is Rajesh and I have set the password also. I have met all these conditions. Okay, that it has to be 12 characters, so we should know this condition, guys. Okay, it's very important. Okay, so to log into this machine you need these things. Okay, so Rajesh is my username and this is my password, right? Very good. Now going to the next thing. Okay, so next step number 5 is very, very important for us, guys. Okay, I'll tell you what is this step over here is. Okay, so let me write step number 5, and step number 5 is regarding your inbound port. Okay, so what is inbound port? Let me tell you that when you are creating this machine, okay, and I'm creating this machine on which cloud? On Azure cloud, right? And whenever you create any machine on Azure cloud, Azure provides some security to this machine, guys. For each and every machine, Azure will provide security to your machines. For each and every machine, guys, not only Windows, for Linux, Ubuntu, for every machine. Okay, it provides one security. So you can consider it as a security guard also. Okay, let us assume that there is one security guard for this machine. Okay, Azure has placed one security guard for this machine. Now what you will do, when you try to log in from your laptop to this machine, okay, for example, if this is your laptop, okay, and from your laptop when you try to log into this machine, okay, in this way, okay, the security guard who is there, right, he will not allow you to go inside that machine. He will stop you over there right away, okay, because that is a job of a security guard, right? He'll not allow anybody to go inside this machine. If you have a security guard in front of your house, okay, he will allow anybody to go inside? No, right? He will not allow anybody to go inside. Then what you will do, you will tell your security guard the person who is coming inside is your friend. Then what he will do, then he will allow that person inside. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? You have to tell your security guard. That is the condition. Over here also it's the same condition. I have to tell my security guard that the machine, the laptop through which I'm entering inside that machine, this is my friendly laptop. Okay, this is a known laptop, this is not an unknown laptop. Okay, so please allow me inside that machine. Okay, and how you will tell it technically? Okay, technically, whenever you are connecting from one Windows machine to another Windows machine, there is a protocol. Okay, and that protocol is RDP, guys. RDP, and RDP stands for remote desktop protocol. Okay, and it's not a new protocol for us, guys. Since the day Windows is there, since the day Windows operating system has launched, it's almost 20 years now nearly. Since then we have RDP, guys. Every one of us in our laptop we have RDP. If you click on your search button and if you type RDP, it will come. So RDP is used to connect from one Windows machine to another Windows machine. So we have to tell our security guard to please allow RDP. Technically you have to tell him that please allow RDP. Okay, and in this way we will be telling over here, guys. So we will tell that please allow RDP, so that from your laptop you can log into this machine. Okay, and RDP works on port number 3389, guys. Okay, RDP works on port number 3389 is my RDP port number. If you remember it, it will be very good. Okay, might be asked in interviews. So 3389, okay, is your RDP port number. You can see over here that inbound ports we are allowing which protocol? RDP protocol. Why I'm allowing RDP? Because I have to log in from this laptop to that machine. If I don't tell my security guard, he will not allow me through RDP. When I'm connecting from this machine, I'm using RDP, so he will not allow me to use RDP. So we are specifically telling him, to please allow RDP, which works on port number 3389. Okay, suppose you are having 1000 doors to your house, guys. So from which door your friend is entering? From door number 3389. Okay, suppose you are having 10,000 doors to your house. From which door number RDP will enter? 3389. Okay, understand in that way. Okay, so 3389 port number and port name is RDP. Okay, so if you go back over here, you are seeing the same thing, that inbound port. Inbound means incoming traffic. What I'm allowing? RDP. Okay, so for this movement, RDP is enough. Okay, if you want some other ports also to be enabled, you can enable other ports also. Okay, so whichever port you will enable, only those ports only it will allow, guys. Okay, or else it will not allow. Okay, HTTP is there, HTTPS is there. Okay, some database connections also you have to allow in future sessions. Okay, then I'll show you how to allow some other connections also. Okay, you can allow whichever connection you want, but the condition is unless you tell your security guard, he will not allow it. So we have to tell our security guard whenever you want to allow some connection, you have to go to your inbound port only. Okay, in real time what happens generally, you will get tickets or issues related to connection. Okay, sir, page is not loading or some connection issue is there, where you will go the first troubleshooting step, where you have to go inbound port only. Okay, you have to go to inbound port only, first troubleshooting step, see in inbound port only. 50 to 60% of your problems will be resolved if you are checking your inbound port. Okay, it will be blocked by security group only. Okay, security, right? So what port we are allowing over here? RDP. Okay, so this port is used for all the Windows machine, guys. Whenever you are creating Windows machine, RDP should be allowed. Okay, right. So I've given these steps. RDP is allowed over here. Okay, so now let me click on next. Okay, and we will go to disk over here, guys. Disk is nothing but your hard disk. Okay, so we have selected our RAM, you have selected your username, you have selected your password, you have selected your region, inbound ports. Okay, now the next important step over here is for the hard disk. Okay, step number 6 is for your, it will call it as a disk over here. Okay, this disk is nothing but our hard disk, guys. Okay, so usually how many types of hard disk we have? SDD and SSD, right? That's correct. Over here also you can select either in SSD or HDD, that what type of hard disk you want. Okay, you can see SSDs are there. Premium SSD will be much faster than a normal SSD, and based upon your machine requirement, guys. If you want faster speed, go for premium SSD, a normal speed standard SSD. A bit slower, if you are okay with a bit slower, you can go for HDD also, normal hard disk. HDD, SSD and premium SSD. Okay, so I'll go for premium SSD over here, and premium SSD will give me around 130 GB of hard disk for this machine. Okay, starting size for premium SSD is 130 GB. Okay, so that will be more than enough for me, guys. Okay, so I'll be choosing my type over here as SSD, my hard disk type. Okay, right, very good. Okay, so now, so we have selected all the important things over here, guys. Okay, I have selected operating system, RAM size, hard disk size, username and password. Security also have given clearly, region also have given clearly. Okay, so rest of the things are not mandatory. Okay, all those are your advanced things which we'll be seeing later. So now if I click on review and create, it will check all the configuration that you have selected, guys. Okay, basically it will run a validation. Okay, means it is checking all the configuration which you have given is right or wrong. Okay, so we have given 8 GB RAM size. Okay, SSD as hard disk size, you have given username and password, region, everything you have selected. So it has checked all the configuration. And what is validation? Validation is passed. Okay, which means we have given all the configurations in the right way. Okay, now for creating this machine, I will click on create over here, guys. Okay, now I want to create my Windows machine. All the configuration you have selected. Now I want to create a Windows machine. Okay, I'll click on the create over here, and you will see creation will get started over here. Okay, it will start create a machine for me over here. You can see deployment has initiated, which means creation has started. Okay, whenever you see word deployment, means something is creating. Okay, something it is creating and pushing over here. Now you can see deployment is in progress, which means machine is getting created and creation is under progress. Okay, it will take 4 or 5 minutes for Windows machine to get created. Linux machine will get created a bit faster, 2 to 3 minutes for a Linux machine and 4 to 5 minutes for a Windows machine. Okay, So once this machine is created, we will log into this machine, guys. Okay, and you will see your first cloud machine, how your cloud machine will look like. Okay, so right now it is creating a machine for me. Let it get created. Okay, and these are the same steps, same method you have to follow in your real-time project, guys, or in your real-time work. If your manager tells you to create a machine, these are the same steps which you have to follow, guys. No different steps, these are the same steps onto your Azure dashboard. Okay, and the important steps over here are this. Okay, so 6 steps only are there, guys. 6 very important steps. Okay, if you want me to write, the 7th step is for clicking on create. Okay, so altogether there will be 7 steps. That will be a review only. Review is nothing but review and create. It will run a validation and it will create. Okay, so these are the steps, and the advantage is, in whichever region, in whichever country you are creating, the steps will not change at all. Standard steps. Okay, for any region. Now you can see the deployment is under progress. Okay, let it get created over here. It will take couple of minutes of time. Okay, so deployment is under progress. In real time also it will take the same time, guys. Okay, it will take around 4 to 5 minutes for a Windows machine. Okay, deployment is completed, guys. Okay, which means machine got created. So if you click on go to resource, okay, you will see your machine over here, guys. This is your Rajesh machine. Okay, this is your Rajesh machine, and it is telling us to wait for few more minutes. Okay, machine is still getting ready. Or if you click on home, where we have to go, guys, to check our virtual machines, we have to click on virtual machines, right? So if you click on virtual machines over here, before creating this machine, any machine was there? No machine was there, right? Now you can see your machine is there. What is my machine name? Rajesh. In which region it is running, guys? Southeast Asia. Okay, right now the status is running, and it's a Windows operating system machine. Okay, so all the details it will give you over here. If you want more details to see, click on your machine name. It will give you more details. Okay, this is your machine IP address. Azure will give this IP address. Okay, no need to worry. So this is a Windows operating system. Right now status is running. It is running in Southeast Asia, and if you see, these are the complete details over here, guys, of my machine. Okay, now, okay, let us wait for 2 more minutes, and then I will log into this machine. Okay, so the machine agent is getting ready. So once it is ready, we will log into this machine. Okay, Windows machine will take few more minutes. Actually, it's a normal behavior. Okay, now, okay, and what is the RAM size? 8 GB is our RAM size. Okay, it is giving us the same details over here. Very good. Okay, now for connecting this to this machine, I'll click on connect option over here, guys. So to log into this machine, there is a connect option. Click on that connect option, and what is my method of connecting, guys? RDP. Okay, because it's a Windows machine, we have to use RDP. I will click on RDP, and you will see that this is my IP address. This is the RDP port. So download your RDP file, guys. You can also call it as your connection file. Okay, so that will be my connection file. I will download my connection file. It got downloaded over there. So click on your connection file. It will ask the username and password. If you want to connect to this machine, we have to enter our username and password. Okay, so let me enter. My username is Rajesh, and let me give the password, okay, which I have given over here. Okay, now I will click on continue. Okay, and I will click on connect, and you can see right now it is connecting to my Windows machine which I have created, guys. This is the Windows machine which you have created in Azure, guys. What is my machine name? Rajesh, right? And now you see that how a cloud machine looks like. Okay, so we have heard it so many times: cloud machine, cloud server, cloud machine, cloud server, right? Now you will see that how actually a cloud machine looks like. Okay, with just 7 simple steps you have created your machine, right? Creation is very easy. Now once we log into this machine, okay, you can keep all these things as no need to get all the location. Okay, I'll click on accept. Okay, and machine is loading. Now you see how it looks like. This is your Windows machine, guys. This is the machine which you have created. on Azure. Okay, this is your cloud machine. This is how a cloud machine looks like. And let me tell you, the cloud machine is no different from your laptop. You people are already using your laptops, right? It's the same way how your cloud machine looks like. The only thing is cloud machine is more advanced, more faster, with better performance. Okay, your laptop might stop, but this machine will never stop, even for a second also. Okay, and if you see the configuration of this machine and the way you use this machine is exactly same how you use your laptop guys. So don't feel that cloud machine is something different, it is very complex to use, it has a lot of steps to use. No, it's very simple. In terms of usage it is very simple, but in terms of benefits, okay, it will be more advanced. Okay, it will be more advanced. Now you have this machine, okay, and you got around 130 GB plus hard disk. Okay, this is a SSD hard disk, right? Very good. And you have your desktop, documents folder, everything is there, right? So you have created this machine guys. At any step, did I pay a single rupee also to Azure? No, right? So who is funding this? Microsoft. It's a Microsoft product, right? Microsoft is giving you this machine for free of cost guys, for free of cost. You can use this machine as your personal laptop, you can use this machine as your office laptop. Okay, it's not charging you anything over here. So that is why this is the best time for you people to utilize more benefits from Microsoft Azure, right? First thing. Second thing, when you purchase your laptops, if the same laptop, if you want to purchase from Dell or Lenovo with this hard disk, more than 130 GB of size, okay, 8 GB of RAM, okay, this size, if you purchase it from Dell or Lenovo, you will spend at least 10,000 to 15,000 minimum charges. It will take around 10 to 15,000. This machine is free of cost. And if you want to take internet connectivity for your Dell laptop or your HP laptop, separate internet connectivity you have to take, right? Separate bill. Over here, internet is integrated with this machine, guys. No need to pay any separate charges for internet. Okay, you are no need to pay any separate charges for internet, guys. Okay, internet is integrated with this machine. You see, if you go to any page over here, your page will be loading over here. See, okay, if I go to Google and if I load Google, you will see Google will load over here. You see, okay, network connectivity is working. No separate charges for this also, guys. Okay, if I go to sampleyahoo.com, okay, you see right now this machine is in which region, guys? This machine is in Singapore, Southeast Asia. In which country? Singapore. So Singapore comes Southeast to Asia only, right? And if you see, you are going to Singapore Yahoo website. Why it is going to Singapore Yahoo website? Because it is in Singapore right now. Okay, I am in India, no doubt. I am operating this machine from India, but this machine, this server is in Singapore. So you, the pages, the network you see, it will come from Singapore only. Network will be given to you from Singapore only. If you create the machine in US, you will get the network from US only. You're sitting over here, you can create your machines in any part of the world. Whichever country's network you want, you can create your machine in that country. But how many steps you need to create that? Only these 7 steps. Either you create in US, Australia, London, in whichever part you create, you need that 7 steps only, and your machine will get created over here successfully. Okay, and if you think that Azure has created a laptop kind of a machine for you, this is just a small thing what Azure can do, guys. This is not even the 10% of what Azure can do. Okay, Azure is capable of not only creating your machines, it can create servers, it can create databases. Basically, the dashboard looks very simple, right? It's a very powerful dashboard, guys. You can run entire company on this dashboard, not only one or two machines, not only few databases. You can run entire company on Azure, guys. If you have just one Azure with you, you can run entire company as big as YouTube, as big as Flipkart, as big as your HDFC banking. Entirely you can run it from Azure Cloud. Okay, it can provide you that much big infrastructure, right? So that is why it is so much trending in the market, guys. Why companies are going for Azure actually? Because you are creating machine very simple with 6 to 7 steps. You are creating machines in any part of the world. Okay, then why they will purchase laptops from Dell or Lenovo or HP? These machines are easier to create. These machines giving so many benefits, more security, okay, more agility, internet connectivity is there with this machine. With all these benefits, it is still costing them less. Still, they are charging less. Why a company will go for HP laptop or Dell laptop? In next to 4 to 5 years, you people will also not use any laptops. You will use cloud laptops only like this. Our next generation is going to use cloud machines only, cloud laptops only. Nobody is going to use any physical machines. Okay, so that is what the technology is, guys. This is what Azure is giving you. Okay, that is why it is so much trending in the market. You can create any machine, any server with just few simple steps, right? Fine. Okay, so I hope a lot of things are clear. Okay, what it can do, what it is capable of, and why companies are using this, right? And we have created our simple Windows machine also. Okay, so you people follow the same steps. Anyway, the session was recorded. Okay, get the recording, try to follow the same steps and try to create a machine over here, guys. Okay, creating a machine is very simple, and this will be your first task in your company, guys. Okay, in your project, in your company, when you are, that will be your first day. This will be the task which you have to do. Okay, so using the similar kind of steps, I'll create a Linux machine tomorrow. Okay, because parallelly we have to run both the things. We have to know how the things are in Windows and how the things are going on Linux also, we should know. Okay, so creation is just one part, guys. Maintaining and managing these machines is again a job of DevOps engineer only. And this is how your work look like. This is your nature of work. As a cloud engineer, as a DevOps engineer, this is your job. Okay, programming is not there. This is what your job is, to maintain and manage these servers in the cloud. Okay, fine, guys. So any questions, guys, till this point? No. Okay, so if it is clear, okay, I will be saving the share for today's class. And still, if you are having any questions or doubts.
Sayed,
Yeah, hi, please.
hi. This is Srujan.
Yeah, hi Sujan.
That inbound port, whatever you are saying, that RDP, SSH. SSH means Linux, right?
Yes.
What about the HTTP, HTTPS? If that
Okay.
Windows IP
Yes.
is that, if
Yeah.
we copy the Windows IP and paste it in the Google, whatever the HTTP, HTTPS, so can we open while through that HTTPS? If we
Yes,
tick mark
definitely you can open.
particular.
And in tomorrow's class, I'll be going to tell that same thing only. Why to use HTTP and HTTPS, and what are the benefits we'll be getting out of HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, I will apply this on our Linux machine tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, but whatever you are telling is okay, right? That using this HTTP and HTTPS, we will get our messages. So basically, you can call it as web server.
Yeah.
Okay, web server configuration we'll be doing. Okay, right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Hello. Hi.
Sir, Vinay Kumar, I raised Friday. I raised a question due to auto pay of Azure.
How to pay?
Azure DevOps software. Azure software is auto pay. How to
Okay. No,
detect?
no. You just need, if you people are having just Chrome in your laptop, okay, that would be fine. You have to go to Google and you have to go to this page. Okay. No need to install any softwares. Just have Google Chrome and you can use entirely Azure dashboard.
Yes, sir. Not. Yeah, about payments, sir.
Okay. About payment, I'll